Young Dolph was killed on November 17th, 2021, when Justin Johnson admitted gunman Cornelius Smith fired shots into Makeda's homemade butter cookies on Airways Boulevard. During the trial, Smith testified that he and Johnson carried out a $100,000 hit on Young Dolph, put up by Anthony Mims, known as Big Jook, the older brother of Memphis rapper Yo Gotti. Um, Now, Big Jook was shot and killed outside the Perignon's restaurant and event center in Memphis early this year. After Young Dolph was killed, the shooter sped away in a white Mercedes Benz. That Mercedes was later discovered outside of an abandoned home on Bradley Street in Memphis Orange Mound neighborhood. That house was next door to the house of Hernandez Govan. Assistant Attorney or Assistant District Attorney Paul Hagerman argued that Govan put Johnson and Smith in contact with Big Jook to carry out the hit on Young Dolph. Now, according to Hagerman and testimony from Smith, both gunmen were to receive $50,000 each for the murder and give $10,000 of their proceeds to Govan. Now, Govan did not testify in the Johnson trial. Johnson's attorney, Luke Evans, claimed that Govan took a proffer agreement, a deal that a defendant makes with prosecutors that allows the suspect to give law enforcement information with the promise that it will not be used against them. The claim was supported by Jesse Browning, an investigator with the Memphis Police Department who worked on the Young Dolph murder case. Browning and Michael Garner, an expert witness in call detailed records with emphasis in location in digital forensics, gave testimony that Johnson's phone was in the area of Makeda's at the time of the shooting. That testimony was backed up by call detail records showing that Johnson's phone both pinged off nearby cell phone towers and that he communicated with Smith and Big Jook shortly before and after the hit. Prosecutor Hagerman also called a witness who linked Johnson to the white Mercedes used in the murder. That witness said that he was present when Treon Ingram gave Johnson the vehicle that was used later to kill Young Dolph. In closing arguments, Hagerman said Young Dolph dies on the floor of a neighborhood cookie store in Orange Mound. Too real, too real. Your family misses you. You're too real. This is real. This is too real. He caught on video all the times. We even watch him get on down. It's time for us to be real, and we don't need Memphis talk for that. It's called Just Do What's Right. It's simple as that. Just do what's right. Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson killed Adolph Thornton Jr. on November 17th, 2021. We watched it happen. Smith, Johnson, Govan, and Big Jook conspired to have it done, and it was done on November 17th, 2021. Let's get to the verdict. DJ, spin that shit.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1 of the indictment. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in count 2 of the indictment. And we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of convicted felon in possession of a firearm as charged in count 3 of the indictment.
Thank you. Juror number 1, is that your verdict? Juror number 34, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 35, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 11, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 14, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 17, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 27, is that your verdict?
It is, Your Honor.
Juror number 33, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 25, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 44, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 23, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 28, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for your time and attention to this matter this week. Our system of self-government would not work without your service and sacrifice that you've made. Thanks again for your time and attention. You are excused.
Jurors excused.
So look, there are no winners in this scenario here, right? There are absolutely no winners in this scenario. I talk about all the time about how you got innocent black men are doing time in football numbers over crimes they didn't commit. We just saw recently that a man was executed in Missouri over a crime he didn't commit. An innocent black man was murdered by the state, by the system, a couple days ago over some injustice. So when I see a situation like this involving Justin Johnson and other people who was involved in this, and they basically, for all intents and purposes, make it easy for them to get convicted and get put away for good. I don't feel nothing for these individuals because they took a life they had no business taking. All over what? Over dumb shit. This man is a dead man walking. And the crazy part about this is not the actions of not only yourself that affects you, but your actions also affect other people. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. If you had a girlfriend or a wife, if you have children, your actions affect them too. I'm not perfect by no stretch of the imagination. It took me a while to understand that concept that not only your actions affect you, but your actions affect your people around you as well. Dumb shit. This man is going to go to jail for the rest of his life over dumb shit. What? Money, jealousy, envy. Or it just, if you want to know why most of the crimes are committed, it's because of jealousy, envy, and money. And the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. And this man, 26 years old, this dude ain't even had his whole life ahead of him yet. He even has a daughter, from what I understand. And it's all getting thrown away over what? Dumb shit. Now, he's supposed to get sentenced for the conspiracy to commit murder and a criminal felony possession of a firearm on November 1st. But as far as the first degree murder charge, he already got life in prison. Now, this is the thing. He was offered a plea deal of 25 years and he rejected it. He was offered a plea deal of 25 years and rejected it. I guess for some inexplicable reason he think that he was in the clear and they ain't really had nothing on him until they did find something on him and they presented it to him. Like the cell phone. You know, when you have your cell phone, they can track you via your cell phone, right? So if there's a cell phone tower nearby and they're able to ping your location, guess what? They got your ass. So what you gonna say? I wasn't there? Well, your cell phone data tells a whole different story. And then there's cameras everywhere. Where is there not a camera? People got cameras on their phones. There's cameras around the city. They can track you no matter what you're doing or where you're at. They can track you. So, I mean, what did he think this was going to happen? How did he think this was going to end? That's my question, right? We've seen these cases all the time, right? How does this thing normally end when they get caught? They either end up dead or in jail for the rest of their life. I mean, how did he think this was going to end? He thought he was going to commit this act along with his co-defendants and co-conspirators, and that they was going to ride off to the sunset and live happily ever after. Amen. You threw your life away over dumb shit, man. Dumb fucking bullshit. You could be fresh meat getting your booty hole ran through in prison. This nigga just went from Justin to Justine in the blink of an eye because of some horrific decision making. Just disgusting, man. Just disgusting, man. It is disgusting. The system's already set up the way they're already putting the fuck to you, and you don't even have to do anything. Hold on. You don't even have to do anything. You could be an innocent man living your life, minding your own business, and some white woman can come out and say that she had a dream that you raped her and that you would do football numbers for all these years. And the sister just go up and say, "My bad, we didn't know, we're sorry." And then you're left out in the world to fend for yourself. Or you can have two twin sisters say that you raped them and that you put one of them in the trunk of a car. Not only you do 44 years in prison, but then they turn around and write a book, and they had a movie deal about you while you're rotting away in prison. Then when confronted about the obvious lie, they had nothing to say. And yet you guys really go out there and commit a murder of a rapper based on what? Based on what? You go out there and commit a murder of a rapper based on what? What he said in a song? So let me get this straight. If a rap lyric drives you to go out there and pull out your blicky and go chitty chitty bang bang on the motherfucker, then obviously some people need some intervention in their life, because a rap verse should not be linked to a murder. But then again, that's why we got all these RICO charges on people. All these RICO charges on these people out here, right? Because they out here letting rap lyrics dictate what they do. That is the sign of a weak-minded individual. You letting rap lyrics determine what you do. You let another man have that much power and dominion over you to where you think you're going to go out there and do something about it because he said something about you in a rap song. I, Lord have mercy, man. Again, this man threw his life away over dumb shit. Dumb fucking shit. You'll never see your daughter again. There'll be no more Thanksgiving dinners at the mama's house. There'll be no more trips anywhere. You can't meet any girls online, let alone have sex with them. You just threw your whole life away over dumb shit. that is the thing that is the most jarring out of all of it. Big Jook, the older brother of Yo Gotti, right? The guy who allegedly ordered the hit. Look where he's at right now. His bones is decaying in a coffin somewhere. You know, at some point, it has to beg the question: when will people wake up and understand what the fuck's going on? At some point, when are people going to realize that, you know what, hey, this type of life ain't for me, man? I need to stop doing this bullshit because it never ended well for anybody else who engaged in this type of lifestyle. All for what? For what? You looking to be accepted? Are you looking to be loved by somebody? Why do you engage in bullshit? Why? Are you holding a grudge against somebody? What the fuck is the purpose of engaging in a lifestyle that you can end up losing your life physically, or you can lose your life in other ways to where you will go to prison for the rest of your fucking life? You will die in prison. Over what? Over bullshit. Bullshit. Young Dolph did not have to get murdered that day. You, along with all the other players that was involved in this bullshit, took a man away from his family. Over what? You took a man away from his daughter, away from his mama. Over what? Bullshit. You got these whole ass niggas out here always talking about, oh man, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, you niggas is real dumb. Yeah, you will sit here and talk that bullshit about being gangster as fuck, but when the system get a hold of your ass, then it's always, yes sir, no sir, I don't know sir, I understand sir. Now all of a sudden now you find your manners about you when the system gets a hold of you. That ain't the time for you to be saying yes sir and no sir. Yeah, all of a sudden it's yes sir, no sir when you get encountered by a detective or by a judge. But you don't got no smoke for these funky ass white supremacists out here. You want to have smoke for people that look just like you, have the same damn skin color. But when a white boy goes into a goddamn supermarket and shoot up the place, or a white boy want to go up in a church and shoot up a church and kill unsuspected black folks, then you ain't got nothing to say about that shit. You won't do nothing about that. But no, let somebody just happen to be in the area that they're not supposed to be in, or whatever like that, then all of a sudden there's hellfire and brimstone in an area that's not yours. Nobody had to die. Nobody had to be put in prison over bullshit. But yet, instead, that's what you guys chose. For what? For money? For what? For clout? For what? For acceptance? Into some damn gang or some shit? What the fuck is the purpose of doing dumb shit like this? And then to think that you're going to be living happily ever after. Like you can't sleep with one eye open at night. Like you can't keep your head on the swivel while you buying groceries at the supermarket or taking your little boo thing out to a movie theater. You always gotta have your head on the swivel. Hell, I'm not involved in none of that bullshit, and I still gotta have my head on the swivel because I don't know what the fuck might happen when I'm out in public or doing whatever with whoever, whenever, and however. Because we got dumbass niggas like you that think that they're gonna do whatever they want, however they want. Ain't nobody gonna touch me until they touch you. Then it's yes, sir, no, sir, I understand, sir. Then all of a sudden now you're compliant. Now all of a sudden you find your human side about you. But when you're out in public, you act like a goddamn animal. And again, two things happen when people act like animals. They get put down like an animal or they get put in the cage like an animal. That's this bullshit ass lifestyle that a lot of people be listening to on rap songs. That ain't nothing to glorify. That ain't nothing to uphold. You got whole ass niggas out here with pants sagging, whole ass niggas out here wearing dreads, smoking blunts and shit like that. All of them be accepted by who? For what? That's dumb shit. And the people out there that glorify that lifestyle, the people out there that try to prop up this lifestyle like it's something when it's really nothing, you motherfuckers are part of the problem too. Because see, this young man did not have to go to prison for the rest of his life. He didn't. But instead, this man has shit put in his brain by other dumbass, old ass niggas out here. Because how else would he learn to get involved in this type of lifestyle if that shit wouldn't be pumped in his brain by older niggas? No different than these white supremacists talk about, oh man, well, where all this racism going on? The racism is taught in the home. The goddamn racism is taught in the home. It's not taught in school. That's the lie that people like Christopher Rufo want to tell you, right? That shit is taught in the home. When that kid see their mama, see their daddy call somebody racial epithets and shit like that, right? They pick up on that bullshit. And then when they get older, they carry out that bullshit. No different than this guy right here. How else would Justin Johnson would learn to get involved in bullshit like this if it hadn't been taught to him? But there's the other side of that. There is the other side of that because, look, I do believe there's people out there that no matter what you try to tell them, no matter how much you try to explain to them, no matter how much you try to show them a better way, at the end of the day, they ultimately made the choice to do whatever they want to do. That's another element to that, right? So we just can't always, you know, we just can't always say that, he had a hard knock life or some shit. Because the way this guy's dressed, the way he looked like he conducted himself, he looked like he didn't have it hard. No, I just think this motherfucker out here was trying to be something he was not. At some point, personal accountability got to come in. At some point. You can't always blame your circumstances. You can't always be blaming other people because ultimately you made the choice. You made the choice. You made the choice to hop in the vehicle. You made the choice to grab a gun. You made the choice to disguise yourself, right? You made the choice to get out that vehicle, and you made the choice to open fire on an unsuspecting man coming out of a goddamn bakery. Because see, other people that's around you don't have to live with the decisions you make. You, however, do have to live with the decision you make. And you got a whole lot of time to think about it, sir. Because your dumbass is going to fucking rot. You're going to fucking rot in jail for the rest of your life because you out here doing dumb shit. Just being a dumbass nigga just for the sake of being a dumbass nigga for what? So, I see my brother Ticket did a video about this yesterday, right? And he's saying that, he'll be forgotten about in 2 to 3 months. I will argue, I would agree to that to an extent, right? I will argue he will be forgotten about in 2 to 3 weeks, because maybe even less than that. Hell, he might be forgotten about in the next 7 to 8 days, because we're in this microwave society where every time something happens, we always draw attention to that. So 2 to 3 months, I don't agree with that. I think it's going to be less time than that, considering we're in this microwave society. Mandatory life sentence for murder. It don't matter what the judge sentenced him with on the other 2 counts. It don't even matter. This man going for the rest of his life. He already threw his life away. So there ain't even nothing else to talk about. So, man, you guys let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I'm saying? This is unfortunate. This is highly unfortunate. Right? Only thing I can tell that clown, Justin Johnson, only thing I can tell you, Justin Johnson, keep your head up and keep your ass down. That's the only thing I can tell you, bro. Keep your head up and your ass down. And don't drop the soap. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Because see, unlike Justin Johnson, people like me going to be studying for a certification coming up, right? Because people like me is trying to make a better lifestyle for him. I'm trying to make a better lifestyle for me and my family. So I got a certification to study for. So I'm getting out of here. Thank everybody for tuning in. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!